Welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Monday, July 26th. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church, and Take a Break, Take a Breath is an invitation for you to pause in your day, to stop and rest for a while, to center yourself in God who made you and loves you and calls you by name. Each time we come together, we take a look at a different reading, and today we continue working our way through the Gospel of Mark, and we are on Mark 14:27 to 52. In this passage, the theme is abandonment and denial. It is the time when Jesus gets arrested. It's the time when he says, "You will all fall away." It is the time when he says to Peter, "You will deny me. You will deny knowing me." It's that feeling for Jesus of being abandoned, to know all of the pain that we know, and to recognize for us as disciples of Jesus that we fall asleep. And there are times when we just can't live up to our promises. Peter says, "Even if I have to die, I will not abandon you. I won't go away." And yet he denies him and he does run away. And there is even a kind of a humorous story of a young man in a linen cloth who they grab his linen cloth and he runs away naked. The verse that I want to focus on for us is, "Keep awake and pray that you may not come into the time of trial. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." So I invite you to go to a quiet place if you haven't already done so. Close the door if the room has a door, and settle into a chair and get comfortable. Allow yourself to relax into that chair. Feel the support of the chair under your seat, on the back of your legs. Feel the support of the chair under your arms. Feel the support of the chair on your back and the firmness of the ground under your feet. Close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. And as you breathe in the breath of God. And as you breathe out all that would separate you from God. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Continue breathing, and as you breathe in the breath of life. And then breathe out all that does not give you life. Breathe in God's peace. Breathe out all of your worries and your fears and your anxieties. Keep breathing, nice and slow and deep. Feel the presence of God. Feel the peace that comes as God's presence dwells in you. Imagine that the peace of God comes to you like the waters of a shower running down over you. It runs down over your head and your face. And as the peace of God spreads over your mind gets calm. As the peace of God settles on your face, you smile. And your brow is unfurrowed, and your jaw is relaxed. As the peace of God settles on your neck, the muscles in your neck relax, and the tensions you've been holding there and the headaches that come from those tensions are released. As the peace of God washes down your shoulders, onto your arms, and down the tips of your fingers. You feel the warmth and love of God. And the muscles in your shoulders relax because you've set down the burdens of the day. Your hands open up. You're not clinging and holding on to things. The muscles in your arms are renewed. As the peace of God settles and washes down your back, the muscles of your back become relaxed. The aches go away. The burdens and the weightiness of the day is set aside, at least for this time. As it washes down over your chest, your breathing gets deeper, and your heart rate is slow and calm. As it washes down over your stomach, all of the agitation in your stomach gets calm. The indigestion goes away. As it washes down your legs, your thighs and your calves and your ankles, all the way to the tip of your toes, your legs feel renewed. You've been running around a lot, perhaps, and your legs are tired, but now they feel renewed and relaxed. You are covered in the peace of God. The peace of God is in every cell in your body. And in your mind's eye, take yourself back to the Garden of Gethsemane. It's late at night. There's not a lot of light in the garden, just a few torches here and there. There's an outer place where most of the followers of Jesus are. And then there are some paths that take you back to an inner place, deep in the garden. Jesus goes off by himself over on the side, and you're with Peter and James and John. Like them, you sit. You feel the heaviness of sleep. You're remembering all of the emotions of this day. The supper when Jesus broke the bread and said, "This is my body given for you." And he said, this cup is the new covenant sealed in my blood. It's been such a hard day. Your heart is weighed down. Your eyes are heavy with sleep. Then you're startled and Jesus says, couldn't you stay awake? You try to stir yourself with Peter, James, and John. And you hear him praying, not my will, Father. If this cup can pass from me, let it be so, but not my will. Let your will be done. And again, the heaviness settles in, and you think about how you promised you wouldn't fall asleep and you wouldn't fade away. what you do. And again, you're startled when Jesus wakes all of you. And you begin to think about how we all of us in our lives, we all make promises to Jesus with every intent of keeping them. But somehow we miss the mark. We come up short. And the amazing thing is Jesus keeps on forgiving us. I'll be still now and quiet while you take time to talk to God about the things you promise and the things you hope for and the things you are disappointed about in your life, and to hear God's word of forgiveness and call to you. I'll be quiet. And then the time for the prayer comes to an end with a jolt. Jesus awakes you again. You've been praying, but now there are all kinds of torches coming through the garden. And Judas betrays Jesus with a kiss. Jesus will go to the cross so that all might be forgiven. Remember that. You are forgiven. You are accepted. You are loved by God. And then slowly let that image fade away. Bring yourself back to the room where you are. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Let's take a break, take a breath for Monday, July 26th. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church in Maplewood, New Jersey. If you have feedback for me or you want to talk or pray, send an email to rick@prospectchurch.org.